Hello, hello, hello. Gotta make sure the game is loud enough as well. Receiving your content. Your audience will see it in a moment. Get ready. That's exciting. And hopefully my fan isn't too loud as well. That would be good if we could have that work out. Hello, folks. How do you do? Alright. Decided to play Portal today, because that game would be just great to have on something like this. Though, you gotta make sure the audio is good enough. Which it already sounds like it's way too quiet. Not even showing up for a... Bloody hell, that is quiet, isn't it? How come I can hear it, though? See if we can't fix that for you folks. Yeah, that's still pretty quiet, actually. Must be in my mixer settings. Well, that's better, isn't it? Hello, everybody. So many nice howdies from all these different names. Wonderful. Hi, audio's okay. Can you hear background noise of the fan when you talk? Not too bad. Audio seems gates, which means it mutes when you're not talking. Yeah, that's the hope. But to be honest, I can get rid of the fan. We don't need the fan. New to this channel, Muller, do you like The Last Jedi? Oh, very clever. But yeah, we should be good on comparing sound to the... Yeah, I should be overcoming the game. Just let me know if you want me to change it up or anything. Hello, friend. Portal, eh? Hells yeah. Who doesn't love Portal? The Last Jedi of video games. No, that doesn't work at all, because Portal's good. So I'm just going to stop streaming my own stream, because I feel like my computer's going to explode if I keep doing that.
Welcome to the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault.
Yeah, it's weird that the game is only so loud for you guys.
And we are now ready to begin the test proper. Before we start, however, keep in mind that although fun and learning are the primary goals of all Enrichment Center activities, serious injuries may occur. For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from... Stand back. The portal will open in 3.
Sorry, I'm back.
2, 1.
You like Portal? Stop saying you know. I actually like this game, damn. Yeah. You can play good games on this stream every once in a while, right? That's the thing. Have you found the hidden radios? I did that back on 360, but these days, less so. I'm more interested in just trying to do it as fast as a normie can, you know? But I guess it's time for me to start absorbing some questions, eh? I have not played Subnautica, but I have heard a lot about it. I saw that Joseph Fantasy made a video on it. Was that good? Did everyone love that? Yeah, I can't check it out because I haven't played Subnautica, you know? It's my loss. Ugh. Since this game takes seconds to beat, I'm probably gonna have to play Portal 2 after this. I'm sorry, guys. I know you hate Portal 2. Hey. Beautiful.
Please move quickly to the chamber lock.
You don't gotta tell me twice. Make a video game out of any movie, what would it be? Probably BioShock. I feel like there's a lot of potential for that. But, you know. There's potential for a lot of games. I'm on board with a whole bunch. Do you think that Portal would have been at all popular if GLaDOS wasn't in it? I think she definitely helps, but it's the mechanics, right? The mechanics are what people love about this game, as far as I can tell. As well as the setting, I guess. What do you think of Amnesia Justine? I like Justine. It's the one part that I kind of regret not involving in my analysis. Kind of skipped over it. But I thought it was good. Or, you know, how it's quite a decent chunk of work considering it's not in the main game. That's kind of how I would say it. You know.
Very good. You are now in possession of the Aperture Science handheld.
What do you think Paul would be like if EA made it? I don't know. It's not like EA can't make good games, right? Are you an intellectual liberalist? I wouldn't know. I'm not even sure of what a liberalist is. They like liberal stuff. That's what I'm gathering. I'm rewriting TFA. Anything you want to see in it? I say good luck, sir, to any endeavor. I have no idea what I'd really want to see in a Star Wars movie. I'm on board with Rian Johnson's idea of surprising people with something they won't expect, but I'm not a huge fan of the, you know, doing a horribly bad idea thing. Like, I know he likes doing that, but I'm not a huge fan myself. I'm weird like that, though. You know what Kathleen Kennedy is? I left my boxer short over her house, but she's not returning my calls. Damn, James. She returns my calls all the time. Joseph Anderson apparently shortened his Subnautica video, but at the cost of not being as clear with a couple of his points. Source his Twitter. That's a strange... Wasn't it only an hour long? That's not even that long compared to his longest stuff, right? Or am I crazy? And what a weird reason to shred your script. You know, like, it can be shorter, but at the cost of me making more sense. It's like, I don't know, man. Ooh. A bit of frame drops there. Portal's like super easy to run too. That's just embarrassing.
Our previous statement suggesting that we would
How's it
not
going, Mullen?
monitor
Good.
this chamber
Good.
was an outright fabrication. Good job. As part
Malik
of
or
our
Malik?
required test protocol, we will stop
I feel like I've asked this question
enhancing
before.
the truth in 3, 2.
What projects are you working on next? Finish the Star Wars review was great, by the way. That would be the Force Awakens Rage video, and a full critique, which is all in the process of being created. However, I can guarantee to you that the 28th of April is when you'll see the Rage. Guarantee. And I don't usually do that. I'm very much against guarantees. And you know what? I'm pretty sure the 25th I'll be seeing Infinity War, so lots of fun to be had at that point. Is there any hope with Star Wars? Sure, man. We could always get a good movie as a surprise. Who knows? Movie adaptation of KOTOR. I would be on board with that. What do you think about Ryan saying the scene of Rey and Kylo touching hands was the closest we'll ever get to a sex scene in Star Wars? Is that something he actually said? A bit weird. Has Joseph Anderson or H-Bomber Guy ever responded to criticisms of them? H-Bomber Guy kind of did. He was just not happy with it at all, really. Which, can we blame him? He didn't really take it seriously, and Joseph Anderson, I don't even know if Joseph Anderson knows I exist. Rian Johnson likes to subvert your expectations by making bad films. Exactly. When's the TFA review coming? Ooh. I can't guarantee that date, but I have preliminary ones? I think that's the word. On my Patreon post, I put up like a little... Hopefully I'll be releasing these here, this at this point. That's what I'm trying to say.
Any contact with the chamber floor will result
I just
in
can't
an
speak properly today. It's
unsatisfactory
difficult.
mark on your official testing report, followed by death. Good luck.
Why, thank you, GLaDOS. He's so friendly. They're right the second time, however, people have pronounced it both ways. I don't know what the second one I said was. Mueller and Wolf attorneys at law. Opinions on the Venom movie? Could be good. We'll have to see, right? Are there any other YouTube critics, movies or games you'd recommend for someone who really likes your work? Let's say Ahoy. He does really long form videos, really well researched. He's my inspiration. Then there's ER for his controversial comedy, but I love his editing style. And he makes really good points on a lot of movies in terms of why they suck. And again, he's got some stuff on why things are good as well. We'll be getting there at one point, hopefully. The Force's male shirt, would you wear it? If it fit me, then sure. Just want to thank you for your Amnesia vs. Soma series. Binge watch the episodes, maybe replay the game and appreciate it even more. Great work you're doing. Thank you, Martin. This, that was the goal with that one, despite the criticisms I levied at certain people. You know, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Everyone has their criticisms, you know.
Hello again. To reiterate, previous one.
GLaDOS, I can't make sense of what you're saying, mate. Wee.
Spectacular.
My
you
man.
to understand how a portal affects forward momentum, or to be more precise, how it does not.
I get it.
Momentum, a function of mass and velocity,
The flame
is
into
conserved
space.
between portals. In layman's terms, speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out.
Is that layman's terms? I need to have you define speedy. General thoughts on Rogue One? Better or worse than TFA, Last Jedi? In my opinion, best thing Star Wars Disney has put out. I might agree with you, but I need to watch Rogue One again. After watching The Last Jedi, and obviously thinking it was terrible, I rewatched The Force Awakens, and there are certain opinions that have been changed, and I have no idea if I'd have the same experience with Rogue One, because I've only seen that film twice. And that was still a while ago when I did, so... we shall see. I have not played Breath of the Wild.
To always provide a safe testing environment.
No,
In
I'm too late.
dangerous
Okay.
testing environments, the Enrichment Center promises to always provide useful advice. For instance, the floor here
You're going to be uploading any future streams like this, we can rewatch them. The plan is yes, but right now, no. Because I'm busy with other stuff, but I'll probably make it so that it's a thing at some point. That answers that. Oh wait, I've just done that too early, haven't I? Well, now we're going to have to wait. Whoops. You played Portal 2 or just this one? I'm asking because my next question is a Portal 2 spoiler. Oh, I've played Portal 2. And I thought it was awesome. I'm probably going to play that today, actually, because this game doesn't take me too long to beat. Hey! Look, guys, we did it. We'll be getting a Nintendo Switch. I would like to at one point. I simply do not have even remotely a reasonable amount of money to be using on a Switch right now. But eventually, I feel like it would be wise to pick one up so I can talk about Metroid as a series at one point. I'd like to do that. And I've never played Fallout. Okie dokie. And while you play Nier Automata, I'm on board with playing it. You mean if I told you I haven't played any Portal games? No. Everybody is welcome to have played whatever they wish or have played. It's all fine. I love how you pretty much made a trilogy of feature-length films explaining how... yeah, I know, that wasn't even on purpose. It was just once I'd done everything I wanted to. I took a strange amount of joy from your criticisms doing Soma and Amnesia. Sorry, the tick always makes me think that like that's a thingy. Hello, am I still on board with calling you shit? I always feel bad doing that. I think you've told me before. Rogue One felt retarded and nonsensical. I thought it was pretty great on the first watch. Yeah, that might happen with me, I don't know. You forgive Wheatley? I'd have to go with no. Got into an argument on Twitter that people are far too accepting of what a pizza is. I say pizza is sauce, cheese, and dough, not this cinnamon rolls with maple syrup pizza crap. I would just, yeah, bread, tomato, sauce, and cheese. That's usually the typical pizza, right? Or is that too crazy nowadays?
Get your feet out, fling yourself. Fling into space.
Have there been any high-profile counter-arguments to your work on YouTube yet? I don't think so. I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? The second that high-profile people do respond, that validates my work from the bigger people. And you don't want that, so... Imagine if I Hate Everything responded to my videos. Wouldn't that be crazy? But like, they must have heard of me because of the Rage video is like nearly at 600,000 now, I think, so... I know Movie Bob has heard of me, he's seen my video. Which is kind of funny to think about. I haven't played Nier Tomato. Or Nier Automata. I feel bad calling it Tomato, but I'm sure it's good. I've heard that it's probably good. That's the joke. The name is supposed to look German, but in the end, sounding it out sounds like that's bullshit. Oh! Do you have a name you'd like to go by? I can call you, you know, something like Philip if you have one of them human names we all end up having. I'm on board with that. But yes, I understand now. Are you a sane person, or do you think that pineapple can go on pizza? Whether or not pineapple can go on pizza is almost irrelevant to me because of how much I don't like pineapple. So, it wouldn't be, can pineapple go on pizza? It would be, why are you eating pineapple? And that's an important difference right there, guys, okay? Oh, balls. Why am I expected to aim in this society? I don't know.
As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we can no longer.
How much money have you made from the 600k video? I don't know what it is specifically, but there has been AdSense on that and everything I've made since. I've gotten a couple of them demonetized, like the Outlast series was, and I assume because it's too aggressive and violent. I have 20 bucks on Solo being another Star Wars mess. Do you want to take me up on my bet or no? I would bet on it being bad before good, so.
All subjects intending to handle high-energy gamma leaking portal technology
can connect more characters on multiple watches, which is my main complaint. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Gotta be the same with all of them, you know, same sort of... Who cares about MovieBob when you have that bullshit? True, true. Wee. Starting a discussion video channel, and I'm just starting to realize how hard editing is. How long does it take you to... How long does it take to edit my videos? Oh, too long, man. Too long. I'm surprised I haven't died of boredom from how long it takes to... You guys saw it on one of the streams, right? I'll probably try and do that again, but it took me 2 hours to do 2 minutes, I believe. And so on the critique videos, you have to find ways to sort of skip past and stuff, because otherwise you'll just be there until the end of time. But, you know, once you get better at the source material and stuff, you'll be able to sort of get faster and figure out what you're doing quicker, if that makes any sense. Oh, wow. Well, that was fast. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise first and second. The third one is a mixed bag, the fourth one was boring, fifth one was terrible. So, your typical Hollywood bludgeoning of a franchise. You weigh 120 pounds soaking wet. I don't even know what to make of that. Would you say The Last Jedi has ruined your expectations for all future Star Wars films? I mean, one's maybe by Rian Johnson, surely, but for now we can... You know, hope JJ pulls out something that's at least entertaining. I keep messing that up. If you could shoot either Rose or Hitler. What do you think about some of the deleted scenes? Sorry for the answer to this. No, the deleted scenes were quite the surprise to look at, honestly. I was shocked that they decided to remove so many of what I would call good scenes. But you know, I'm not a Hollywood director, am I? So, what do I know? You know, I have no ideas. Oh wait. Mola, would you rather watch an anthology film about Rose or Mouse Droid? Mouse Droid, easily. I feel like Mouse Droid went on a way more interesting, you know, lifespan. He probably got up to a lot of stuff, man. I feel insulted that there's even a question about that. Oh, really? Try that again, gentlemen. Rogue One is the dumbest idea. Original Star Wars has coincidences and conveniences, but they literally explain the exhaust port. It's so minor that no one would think of it. I don't know if that makes sense to me or not. I'd have to hear arguments. I feel like that's not too bad, is it? Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I think we need to make it so I'm like falling directly down. That lag as well. Pray for the Obi-Wan Kenobi film. Would you have been okay with everything that happened with Luke as long as he had survived Episode 8? No, no. That's just the the poop on top of the poop, if you will. Think it weakens Luke's accomplishments? Not really. You know, him and Han still kicked ass. And you know, the other pilots missed, didn't they? Or at least the one other pilot missed. Where Luke didn't, so... I've seen the video of the costume designer for Last Jedi talking about Rian Johnson's plans for the casino planet. Somehow I feel like it's gonna be horrible to watch. Why not Portal 2 when you more Cave Johnson? We'll get there, no worries. Mouse Droid or Gonk Droid? I'd go with Gonk Droid. He's got so much more personality. I think Jenna would have me killed if I didn't go with Gonk. What's the most valuable life lesson you've learned so far? Oh, I can't answer that while maintaining this chat, you know, exploration, but maybe one day I'll make a video on that. Sounds like an interesting topic, doesn't it? Relativism. Do you want to give me a brief on what relativism would mean in relation to Star Wars? Or how you've spotted it? I'm assuming you mean within the films as opposed to how the meta reacts to the films. Video on the room ever possible? I'd say yes, actually. I don't know why not, you know? Bit of fun. Ooh. Malfunctioning. Ow. Such aggressive robotoids. Wee. He asked to be put down, so I put him down. This is probably the grimmest moment of this whole game.
Well done, Android. The Enrichment Center once again reminds you
right
that
there.
Android Hell is a
If you're ever going to look at Legends material, might I recommend Tales of the Jedi? It is
set
set in the distinct Old Republic era, but it has some of the best contained stories. Fair enough? Brief opinion on Layers of Fear. I liked Layers of Fear's concept, but it got a little bit repetitive, and it resorted to a lot of standard jump scare style horror where it's just like, everything's a horror jump scare, goddammit. However, spinning around in a room and having things change so dynamically, like I was quite happy with that. I almost considered making a video on Layers of Fear, but now it's just in the, you know, in the ether, if you will. Oop. Excuse me.
The symptoms most commonly produced by Enrichment Center testing are superstition, perceiving inanimate objects as alive, and hallucinations. The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never
Lemons,
threaten
wouldn't
to stab
you ask
you
Sea Life
and,
Manager and take the
in
damn
fact,
things back?
cannot speak.
I know that quote. Use Portal 2, yes. Did you see the director and the Jedi? It would have been good to get your views on that video. I haven't seen it, no. Do you think you'll do any content on Bloodborne, and what do you think about Shadows of Die Twice trailer? I mean, we've got nothing to work with, right? And as for Bloodborne video, potentially in the future, but not right now.
Enrichment Center testing are superstition, perceiving
Spending my
inanimate
time-
objects as alive, and hallucinations.
Spending my time on
The
Star
Enrichment
Wars for
Center
now, and
reminds you
then
that
possibly
the weighted
branching out into
companion
Marvel.
cube will never threaten to stab you.
That's the problem with
and,
my work,
in
is that it
fact,
takes so long that I
cannot
gotta
speak.
pick my targets, you know? Ooh. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm gonna miss a few questions now, so you might have to start repeating the ones that I didn't manage to get. What do you plan to do next? Force Awakens, Infinity War, and that's as far as my plans go so far, because it's going to take a while to get all of that done. Make a video about Pirates of the Caribbean film? Could do. I don't really have a problem with that. You have a favourite director or director's work you admire the most? Ooh. Could be Joss Whedon. Really like him, but I got loads of directors I like, and I don't consider any of them flawless, so... Especially Joss Whedon, actually. Question for you, Immortal. Is it like they don't like Luke, or you don't want him to be successful after... Sorry? Is it that they don't like Luke, or they didn't want him to be successful? Oh, well... I'm sure Rian Johnson said something along the lines of, like, breaking down the hero stereotype or something, right? I don't know. I consider midichlorians to be Qui-Gon being cracked out of his mind. That's a possibility. Hello Muller, I just wanted to drop in and say thank you for making your video series on Soma. It's a real pleasure to see someone with so much passion for the game really go in depth on it. No problem, the Gamatron show. Thank you for the compliment. This'll work, right? Oh, come on. No! Why must you not work for... Also, wow, frames. Don't worry, fellas. I will get a new computer by the end of this year, I'm hoping, because I should have enough money saved up from the Patreon as well as past jobs at that point. And really, I'm just going to pour it all into a PC that can help me do videos. Which means I should be able to play games and stream them better than this garbage. Because I can see the frames dying. Stab! Also, really? Are we just... I usually get this first time as well. So, I feel like it's stacked badly. Okay, that is just not stacked at all. Why'd you revamp the Discord from zombies to Star Wars? It wasn't really zombies, aside from like 3 names. It was just a complete mix of themes, so we decided to try and unify it a bit more. So I threw a box on my own head. Fantastic. You believe if the backlash is big enough against The Last Jedi, they might just reshoot and release? No, I don't think so. I think they're going to own it because it made money, and that's really all that kind of matters at that point. I don't know what kind of failure they'd need to go, okay, maybe we were wrong. Maybe. Maybe this isn't too great. Because even the worst of Marvel films is still, you know, does well, isn't it? Like, it still carries on. Even though there's been ones that everyone pretty much hates universally, but you know. Why do you short bullet point films about new films? Just like to hear you snap opinions more quickly to hear what your in-depth analysis is later. I just don't consider that good content. I'll do it on streams, because this is casual and pretty much lowest tier content, right? But my videos, I want them to be maximum effort. See? Look how easy that was. Gonna be here for a while, apparently. Why don't I make a video about how Cave was right about Black Mesa? Was a scam? I mean, you don't need to make a video about it, he was just right? The whole Jedi Academy was slaughtered, so I think I can forgive his depressed state. And apparently he was on his way to go with Rey until he saw her with Kylo. On his way to go with Rey. Opinions on Neil Blomkamp's Oat Studios. I don't know if it's an independent studio. He has his team making short films. No, I don't know anything about it. I like Team Fortress 2, but I haven't played it in a long time. We've seen the deleted scene for episode 8 where it shows Luke actually mourning Han. Yes, and I don't know anyone who thought that was a good idea to get cut. Anyone. At all. What happened to The Force Awakens? Delays in editing? Yes. It took a little bit longer than I expected, but we're talking about the Rage video. But it's got a definitive release date, so don't worry, you'll get it. And I'm hoping that April is just going to be a month of content for you guys. 5 videos are planning to release. And there we go. Fucking don't have to mess with this anymore. But yeah, 5 videos in total. Nice and long, nice and edited. It should all be released right to you.
For the rest of the test and, unfortunately, must be euthanized.
What do you think's more important, good and creative characters or good and creative plot? I'd pick characters before plot. It's close though, but I think the plot can be sacrificed sometimes if you've got like... say for example you could have an amazing plot ending with an explosive action scene that satisfies everything, but one of your characters just wouldn't do something that would make that happen. Then you go with the character instead of the plot, is kind of what I'm saying. Sacrifice cool things to happen in the plot if it means that it'll strengthen what your characters already are. Along those lines. But I mean, if you're upset that your plot can't be as interesting because you have to stay accurate to your characters, then maybe there's another problem there, you know? I always considered midichlorian thing to be more about your potential with the Force, kind of like IQ. I mean, I've seen a lot of reasons to reconcile midichlorians, and it's much easier to do than reconciling The Last Jedi, so... I suppose that's probably why they're more apologetic about it, I guess. I don't know. Well, clearly you overvalue Han if you can't see why the scene should be cut. Overvalue Han. Wait a minute, I might have fucked this up. Episode 8 was already 3 fucking hours long anyways, why not add 4 more minutes for a really important scene? I mean, it's not even 4, is it? It's like 1 minute. 30 seconds even? I did hear the tragedy, Omega Goldfish, I did. If H-Bomber Guy makes a video on Dark Souls 3, will you respond to it? Only if it was awful. But I feel like he'd be okay, you know, at making one on that, because it's not Dark Souls 2. I don't know, we'll have to see. Was the original realize date for the Force Awakens rant not Friday the 16th? Yeah, it got pushed back. I apologize. But you'll have it. By the end of this month. Super promises. Between Dark Universe, DCEU, and other failed EUs, why do you think so many studios fail when Marvel succeeds? I would honestly argue they put the work in. I feel like the others kickstart themselves, and it, you know, backfires massively. Like, DCEU has kickstarts itself like 3 times over, and it's just like, why isn't it working? And Marvel have the benefit of starting with one of their best films, which is Iron Man, so... yeah, you know. I will wait for the quality content. I was gonna say, don't worry guys, anytime I delay anything, it's because it's not ready yet. So, you'll never have something released... balls. Badly timed. Also, thank you Nick for the $5, I appreciate it. Do you like John Woo's Hong Kong action movies? Better Tomorrow, Hard Boiled, The Killer? Yes, I do. I've seen Maple Films fan edit of The Hobbit. I have not, but I've been told about it. Milo. Ah, so close. The frames. Okay. I didn't even walk off the edge. I used to be so much better than this at this. Despite the prequel's many flaws, I really love the aesthetic, especially the architecture on Coruscant and that desert planet in the Clone Wars. I like a lot of the look of different scenes, but I'm not a huge fan of the hallways of the Jedi Academy. They look like I said before, really video gamey, really low quality textures. But maybe I need to look at it again. Maybe it's a style I just don't like versus a bad texture sort of thing. Bloody hell. What is your favorite meme? Like from the movies or just in general? Because I don't know. Wow. There's just no peace in this place. Iron Man nowadays will probably not be well received because of SJW's got some bad re-reviews and shit already because of it. You want to remove him from the universe. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. Do you think that Disney will release an HD Blu-ray? Oh, Bio's just posted the Discord link, by the way. We're gonna release that officially, quote-unquote. Oh. Yeah, that was really well done by me. We're gonna release that at the end of my Force Awakens videos. And it's a Star Wars themed Discord, and I'm gonna explain it in those videos as well. And we got rules to release as well. It's gonna be a nice little community where we can talk about Star Wars, films in general. Best thing ever. Do you think that Disney will release a HD specialized version of the original trilogy? I don't think so, but maybe. Do you really have an unbridled rage towards TFA? My understanding is that chief complaints are reboot of A New Hope and Rey has unexplained abilities which are supposed to be explained in number 8. Let's just say I found a lot more than just those two things. If the prequel trilogy is a guilty pleasure for you, I genuinely recommend the Clone Wars series. Possibly. Hello, Fortisms. Where'd you go? I was gonna watch stuff with you and then I ended up watching stuff with Alex. Can you believe that? That's what you put me through. Oh God, finally. So long, suckers! And there was me saying I was doing this the fast way. What utter nonsense. Hello, my boy. Hello, Lord Sparta. Sparta. Whee! Oh, the frames. It's something I'm processing. I got rid of Smite, so could be alright. You know? Some people have noted that Kathleen Kennedy hasn't been in the spotlight like she usually after any significance there. Hasn't been in the spotlight like usually after The Last Jedi.
For more information, please attend an Enrichment Center electrical safety seminar.
I want to ask that again, I'm a little bit confused. I'm not sure what the question is. If you ever watched The Clone Wars, I recommend either the Umbara story arc or Maul. I actually watched the Maul sort of story throughout it because I was interested in just seeing what they did with it. And I like it. You know, it's good shit. I really like how it ends. Have you seen the ridiculous Portal speedruns where they throw the radios at the beginning of the game to jam the door? I have not. That sounds amazing.
Welcome to the final test. When you are done, you will drop the device in the Equipment Recovery Annex. Enrichment Center regulations require both hands to be empty before any cake.
Maybe I don't want cake. I thought of that. Oh God, giant balls of death. Hey Metal, how you doing? Have you seen... who'd you analyze James Cameron's Avatar? Kind of blue chunks. I mean, I've never been passionate about Avatar, so... I feel like someone else can take care of that one. Friday already? Oh no, I mean, I'm not just gonna do these on Fridays anymore. It's just whenever I feel like not editing and just chilling out, you know? She hasn't been doing any interviews. She's usually in front of the camera promoting Lucasfilm. Oh, are you saying like maybe it's because she's got a little bit more to answer for this time around? I don't know. There we go. Oh, Fortism. Doing a little bit. Have you heard of the old Clone Wars series? 2D animated. It's pretty decent. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. Would you rather fight a German Shepherd of a German Shepherd-sized duck? Fight a German Shepherd of a German Shepherd-sized duck. I am not sure about that question. You heard that Jon Favreau will be directing a live-action Star Wars show? Yes. We'll see how that goes, eh? Favorite all-time movie quotes? I mean, there's way too many to choose from.
The test is now over. All aperture
one of my favorites would probably be, just because it's on top of my mind, Vision talking to Ultron, and he says, "A thing isn't beautiful because it lasts." I really like that line. It's good shit.
Thank you for participating in this Aperture Science computer-aided enrichment activity.
I love that voice you do at most random times. I'm not even sure which one it is. We played Alien Isolation. I found it to be an acceptable Alien game. I'm sure it was acceptable. I wasn't that happy with it though. Oh, well that was great. Fucking hit my head on the top. Head butted right down into the fire. Thank God Gladys is kind enough to give me a chance at not dying. I love that there was discussion on whether or not GLaDOS was actually going to kill you, and it's like, if you just wait, she just kills you. There's no question, people. No question. Can you name a game you like that's generally disliked? I've been asked that before. Lord of the Rings Third Age. I like that game, and I know most people think it's terrible. But the thing is, when I say I like a game, it doesn't mean I think it's good. That's the old subjective versus objective thing happening there, which... Still having so much criticism about that. Can't believe how hard it is for people to get on board with that idea. I feel like once I get to talk to people about it, it all gets fixed. Because everybody who hates my videos, one of the things they say is he argues his opinions as facts. He literally says everything he's saying is objective while everyone else is subjective or something like that. I'm just like, that's not what I say. You're being mean. But you know, what are you gonna do? What became of your last stream playing Castlevania? I beat Castlevania on stream. It was good shit, man. Please forward all duck-based questions to this mod. Clone Wars cartoon was directed by Gennady Tartakovsky from Samurai Jack, and Symbiotic Titan has a great Lord Grievous fight scene. Neat. What makes Attack of the Clones better than The Last Jedi? There's plenty that we can get from Attack of the Clones in terms of quality. And they don't ruin anything. The Last Jedi ruins a lot of stuff. Very carelessly. Morley, you're awesome with your views on Star Wars Epic, my friend. Were you born and raised? Where are you born and raised? That would be Britain. Oh, Britannia.
Okay,
thank you, Hugo. Appreciate it. Have you seen Moana? I asked because I finally saw it myself a few nights ago and I thought it was great. I have not seen it, but it is probably great, considering Pixar have a good record. Would you rather fight a German Shepherd-sized duck or 100? Well, that's for Jenna. See, gotta. But I would probably go with the duck-sized things because they're easier to kill. You know. Did you hear about the new theory on how Rey got her powers? Apparently, Snoke taught her telepathically over distance without her knowing. Yeah, man. Whatever works, you know. And it's not desperation when you make up these things. It's just good storytelling. I think we can all agree with that, right? Favorite Cornetto film? Oh, Hot Fuzz. I love Shaun of the Dead, but I think Hot Fuzz is like one of my favorite movies ever. So darn good. Plan on doing any more streams or videos with Rags? Absolutely. If Rags ever wants me to turn up to one of his streams, I would join in an instant. Rags is a fun dude. Can you imitate an American accent? Yeah, I actually did a lot of American voices for voice acting in a game. I had to play a stiff sergeant-type character who was pretty pissed because he'd lost a lot of men. It was good shit. Just gotta make sure it's nice and deep so it's satisfying. And they won't question the fact that, you know, it's not a perfect American accent. But, you know, you gotta work with what you got. What are your thoughts on KOTOR 2 after the community fan patch? I have not played it, so... So just better not to use the term objectively bad. There are a lot of people out there like me who will think there's no such thing. Maybe just say bad works well enough. Nope. I'm gonna be pushing the whole objective versus subjective thing. I really don't care if people don't get behind it. It's time we start making conversation a little bit easier instead of blurting out opinions all over the place, quote-unquote opinions, instead of actually getting anywhere. You're never gonna, like, complete conversations and get somewhere if you just fucking constantly say, okay, well, that's just your opinion. And I know that sounds really, like, elitist. It's like, really? You can't just let someone have an opinion? It's like, it depends on what they say. Alright? Depends on what they say. You are absolutely welcome to like or dislike anything. But if you tell me something is definitively good or bad, we have a problem. Is the difference. Fucking hell. I need to move the portal over, don't I? But yeah, that's since my first video, I'm sticking to that. That's one thing I'll never drop, because it's literally just true. I was on one of the Passion of the Nerd streams. I really like him, by the way, and I'm gonna promote him eventually, but I'm gonna wait for a better time. But he got dropped at one point that Someone said that, like I said, objective, and someone said there is no such thing as objectivity in art, which is like the most retarded myth in the history of fucking planet Earth. So, I was just like, you're wrong. It's like that's the most extensive response to people who are gonna stonewall me. I'll just stonewall you back. I don't know why people feel so satisfied saying the whole "there's no objectivity in art" thing. I feel like that's a little bit boring, personally. I don't know. There's just no scale. Nothing is better than something else. Nobody did a job better than someone else. Nobody took the same concept as one person and improved upon it. None of that ever happens. New England accent. I have no idea what New England is. I'm assuming it's in America, though. Rian Johnson would not be happy with my existence, I don't think. How would you appease Lord Wilford Grimley to not get diabetes? I have to ask him what kind of stuff he would like in terms of appeasement. Opinions are immunity from being told you're wrong. That's how I feel about it, dude. Missing. From my point of view, the molar is offline. Well, looks like I'm back. I got a bunch of PMs too, being like, "Your stream is down." Like, yeah, it's and Johnson assassinated your stream. Yeah, okay, should be back now. Press something to reconnect, I suppose. Where are you? Sorry, just making sure things are actually working again. Won't be a moment. Alright, there we are. Let's get back to playing video games. Get out of the way. Yeah, that's just, my internet isn't perfect either, by the way. It's rare that I can have a stream where nothing goes wrong, but in a way, isn't that just more interesting? Right, guys? Ryan's dog's got you. How much does the "it's all open to interpretation, non-argument" annoy you? Depends on the context, but most of the time it's annoying as hell. Well, what do you know? You need more insulin. Does internet suck in UK? I heard it does. I mean, speed-wise it's okay, but like, for my setup it's not great. I don't have an Ethernet connection, so it gets angry sometimes, and there's not much I can do about it. Whee! But hey, as long as my editing software still works, it'll be absolutely fine, eh?
This is your fault. It didn't have to be like this.
It's your opinion, Gladys.
Turn back, or I will kill you.
You'll kill me.
I'm going to kill you, and all the cake is gone. You don't
Wonder why I have a problem with you, eh?
do you? This is your last chance.
It's such an inefficient rocket firing thing. It's just like, you want to maybe speed it up a little bit. Also, wow, look at these frames. I gotta do something about it. Right. Oh, did I really just... I think between swapping to Portal 1 and from Portal 1 to 2, I'll see about calming my PC down a bit. Right, so it's orange I'm supposed to be using now, right, folks? Hallelujah. Mean when nothing goes wrong is like a code wiki on the first run. Thanks for sticking with us for a few words from chat. Back to you, Mo. I'm gonna take your final answer. Prequel memes or sequel memes? Prequel memes, easily. Have you seen the new Strangers movie? It deserves the rage treatment. Strangers movie? And what is Strangers? How you doing, Ramon? Rabathale? Rabathale? I'm assuming that's how you do that. How is bumfuck nowhere referred to in the UK? Wales. Oh, Giorno. Can you say that? Nope. I guess that didn't work. Yep, that's a nice PowerPoint presentation I'm giving you guys. Excellent. What do I do for dinner? Pizza? In regards to your objectivity versus subjectivity dilemma, I use the word craft instead of art when debating the quality of movies. It gives people less wiggle room to discuss constructive criticism. I usually keep art out of the discussion. Quality is the word I use. So how do we... Quality implies it's defined. Art implies it does not. But people usually try and wiggle out by saying art.
Congratulations. Was it worth it?
Probably Spaceballs, Shadow. Probably Spaceballs. Would you rather write a positive review of The Last Jedi, cementing it as Citizen Kane of Star Wars, or drink Luke's month-old chunky milk reserves? Probably the former, and I'd release it on April Fool's Day. Easy. There's such a thing as objective good/bad. Is that not just a subjective consensus? Well, it depends on what your worldview is. If you believe there is no such thing as objectivity whatsoever, then that would make sense. But if you do think it exists, then no, basically. I would argue that I don't have a choice on what's objectively good or bad. It's not up to me. It's up to a standard that exists previously. Question becomes, how do we agree on a standard, basically?
Do you think I'm trying to trick you with reverse psychology?
Yes.
I mean, seriously now.
Go in. This is why I didn't want to throw it in. Just no, why I should have thrown it. You know, it's fine. I'm just my brain's clearly fried. Current thoughts on H-Bomber Guy?
Well, you found me.
I still think he's 50-50 as a content creator, you know?
Because despite your violent
I liked his soy boy stuff, I thought it was funny.
So far is my heart.
But I wonder if there's someone out there who could probably debunk it, I don't know.
I guess we both know that isn't going to happen. You chose this path. Now I have a surprise for you. Deploying surprise in 5, 4... Time out for a second. That wasn't supposed to happen.
No time out for you, dear.
Out of me? What is that? It's not the surprise. I've never seen it before.
Right.
Never mind.
This time, preferably don't die.
Because you'll be dead. Where are you taking that thing?
Definitely forgotten how to throw in this. Expecting to do the scream sound.
Just stuff that Aperture Science thing, we don't know what it does, into an Aperture Science emergency intelligence incinerator? That has got to be the dumbest
Soy boy
thing
video is
of all.
glorious. I mean, Paul Joseph Watson didn't seem to do himself any favors. And the fact that he's admitted fully now that yes, there is soy in it. But you need brain force to have enough of that soy to dampen the power of Brain Force. Any of you guys ever tried Brain Force? I wonder how potent it is. Oh my goodness.
I can't shut off the turret defenses. Oh well. If you want my advice, you should just lie down in front of a rocket.
Want my advice? You need to lighten up. Oh wait, that wasn't the joke of the set, that was it. It was Scarecrow. He's like, want my advice? It's that fucking weird ass filtered voice. He was cool, but what I found interesting was the new Batman in Justice League and those movies. He pretty much has the Scarecrow voice from Batman Begins. It's kind of funny to think about that Paul Christian Bale should have just been given that filter. Made him spooky. When I said relativism, I thought specifically of moral relativism in the context of Luke's character arc. Luke handles Kylo Ren more radically than his papa. Why? Yeah. Opinions like rock, paper, scissors, they all have their pros and cons unless you add Spock and Lizard and then Spock always wins. Sounds frustrating. Oh, gotcha. So she just turns off the rocket while we're doing this part. Like, GLaDOS, maybe now's the best time to try and kill me with that. Ooh.
I'd just like to point out that you were given every opportunity to succeed. There was even going to be a party for you. A big party that all your friends were invited.
The one giving out the cake mix. That's fantastic.
Of course, he
Thank you.
murdered him. All your
Should call our team the Brain Force. What do you think of RPGs and more first-person open-world engines like Obsidian's new Bethesda's Gamebryo engine? Didn't I answer that question? Pretty sure I did. I agree with you about objectivity in game analysis and critique, but it would help immensely if you made a video outlining your criteria and maybe even mention even your method for determining it. Yeah, I'm gonna get around to it at some point, but I'd rather criticize media than explain how I'm gonna criticize media, if you know what I mean? Because I just don't have much time.
Who's gonna make the cake?
But,
You're wasting your time.
yeah, I'll have to do it at some point. People are always gonna want to know what my rules are. Someone replace your router with a shoe? Potentially. Sorry for the political question, but what do you think about Lauren Southern wanting to sue the UK? I don't know if that's even possible. I think it's dumb that they have declined her access to the UK for... It's just like, if the UK were consistent on laws like that, fucking nobody would be in the UK. The pizza's on fire, longer till it's cooked. Few hours? I think. Hey, Muller, have you ever thought about making your own content? Do you mean like a film? Or a game? Because not a programmer, not a director, not really a writer. I might consider writing something at some point. That's as far as it'll probably go. You and Dishonorable make such an excellent team. Any future plans for you two doing a debate with someone on The Last Jedi with a brain this time? Okay. Probably not debate, but we're planning on doing something together at some point, like a video together. What do you think of Katy Perry kissing that kid in American Idol? I don't know anything about that. Mind-boggling to me that it's even necessary to define objectivity. Yeah, I thought it was relatively simple, right? Provable. It's kind of the way we're going with it. Provable. You can prove it, then it's objective. If you can't prove it, and you have to start the sentence with I think or I feel, then most of the time it's subjective. Interpretation of an art is obviously subjective, stuff like that. There's stuff to go over, of course, but like... I think I said in the Passion of the Nerd stream that an example of an objective problem with Last Jedi is the editing, right? Like there's continuity errors. You don't get to say that that's subjective. There's a literal editing error in storytelling. That's not something you're supposed to do because it confuses your audience. If you're supposed to be telling a coherent story, like this isn't some kind of artsy film where it's not supposed to make sense. And he was like, no, that's not objective at all. And I was just like, okay, I just have to stop the conversation there. No, you're gay. That's a Marvel movie for you. That'd be Civil War. And don't worry, I'll make a video on it, because I know everyone gets upset, because they're like, Mola, how could you like Civil War? It's terrible. It's not terrible. If you want a precursor, just watch, I think it's Bob Vids. Did a video on it. What I would recommend. Anyway, that's the end of Portal 1. So, wonderful.
Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
And objectively measure any subjective opinion if it is reasonable? I'm confused. If something is unmeasurable, it isn't objective. Kind of, yeah. If Star Wars with Collider, I don't think they would speak to me. I'm too small fry, guys. Too small fry. Anyway, let's see if I can maybe stop my PC from suffering so massively. I imagine I might just need to reboot Chrome or something, because I haven't really got anything else running. I'm gonna need Steam. I guess I can kill you and you. What else? I mean, notepads don't take up a lot of pressure power, right? Pressure power? Processing power. Enjoy the black screen for a moment, folks. Just gonna rejig a few things. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a postmodernist perspective tries to say that there isn't any way to objectively measure art. I would assume. It's not a popular perspective to have these days because it implies there is a way to tell somebody that they've done something bad when they've created something, which is something that many people consider essentially blasphemy, right? Like if I drew a horribly bad picture, then nobody can say it's bad because, you know, put effort into it, right? But I don't really want to live in that world. It's too cushioned, you know? It's scary. Besides, the reason I don't is so that when something amazingly good comes out, when someone draws an incredible picture, I want to be able to tell them that. And people are like, yeah, but you could just do that anyway. And it's like, yeah, but without a scale, it's kind of meaningless. It's like you're telling everybody they're doing well, right? How do people improve if you keep telling them they're doing great anyway? It doesn't have to be mean, you know? You can be like, well, this is what you could maybe do. This is what you could maybe... I mean, the fact is, if someone said that my first series of videos on YouTube was terrible, I'd be like, yeah, I know. And hopefully you've seen improvements since then. And then if they were like, no, they're all good, I'd be like, no, they're not. I'd be like, why you... That implies I haven't improved at all. I don't know. It's complex. Close of War was adequate for what it was. My real problem is that the politics in the film is so damn pedestrian to the point of being worthless. I don't know if I agree with that. Do you like Guy Ritchie's early gangster films? Lock, Stock, and Snatch are fantastic. Gotta love them films. Okay. I'm sorry you're gonna have to repeat yourselves because I'm gonna get rid of my chat and reload it quick. Since that should help me out with the processes overall. Well, don't ask yet. I'm resetting my chat in about 5 seconds from now. And then I'm gonna boot up Portal 2 and everything should be just wonderful. I'm just hoping this means Portal 2 will run a bit better, by the way. That's why I'm doing this. Now, I think I'm signed. It says Portal 1 on my thing. Can I just change that to Portal 2? PC stops having an aneurysm. Alright, that should do it. Looks like this game's gonna be a little bit quieter. I guess I can boost it, so it's fine. Portal 2. By the way, what do you think about exposition in the beginning of films? I mean, there's good exposition, there's bad exposition. Getting information out in ways that doesn't obstruct or like is clunky. Trying to think of examples. I'd have to give it a bit, but you know, like, okay, how about, you know, just two guys are talking to each other, and you need to get it said that they're brothers. That sort of problem. You need it done that they're brothers so that you can understand, like, maybe a future thing that happens. So, like, bad exposition, they just go, "Hello, brother," and you're like, okay. This is like, that was a little bit clunky, but fine. But then, you know, another one could be like, in the middle of their conversation, maybe they're ripping into each other for something, and then one of them says, like, "You didn't even go to Pa's funeral," you know? Something like that, where it's like, oh, is it the... oh, are they brothers? Okay. You know, like, you have to actually pay attention, that sort of thing. See, there's already way too much complicated stuff to talk about on just that. Might I have an email for your Mauler? What? Emi, why'd you have a double name? You are my brother, Mauler. I loved you. Yeah, you can find my email on my about part of YouTube. I think it says, like, for business inquiries, I guess. But you can use that. You're a special person, and all your videos are just fantastic. There, that's your positive encouragement for the day. Move along. Thanks, dude. Just what I needed. We're at Fallout New Vegas. I have not played it.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise.
You know what? This might be running better. Let's hope it is.
Good. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to finish Portal 2 today. I'll probably go for another 2 hours at most. Can't see myself doing this for the whole time, you know? There's a framed painting on the wall. There's a framed painting. It's because Emi wasn't a thing. Because just Emi wasn't a thing is probably what that means. What? What is your favorite? Oh wait, what am I gonna do? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, right.
This is art. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer.
But is the art objectively good, sir? Did you ever see Dread 2012? I thought the opening monologue had good exposition. Sure, I need to see it again. I haven't seen it in a while. A sense of pride and accomplishment. Thank God you're here. I was without that in this stream, you know? I need that sense. I think you would like Fallout New Vegas. Most people have told me I would like it.
Good. Now please return to your bed.
Okie dokie. I asked the exposition thing because in a story I'm working on, I'm thinking of having a character explain a bit more about the will to the main protagonist because he's lost his memory, but I don't know. That's a good way to get around it.
Hello? Anyone in there? Hello?
Any test subject.
Oh God, you look good. Looking good, actually. Are you okay? Are you? Don't answer that. I'm absolutely sure you're fine. There's plenty of time for you to recover. Just take it slow.
Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Stay calm, stay calm, prepare. That's all I'm saying, prepare. It's all fine, alright? Don't move, I'm gonna get us out of here. Oh, you might want to hang on to something. Word of advice, up to you.
And he's a fantastic part of this game.
You alright down there? Can you hear me?
I have not checked out any of Mr. B-Tongue's content, I'm afraid. Next stream do Cthulhu 2. I gotta do Cthulhu 1 first.
Some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage. Do you understand what I'm saying? At all? Does any of this make any sense? Just tell me, just say yes. Okay, what you're doing there is jumping. You just jumped. But never mind, say apple. Apple. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
Good shit.
All reactor core safeguards are now non-functional. Please prepare for reactor core meltdown.
Okay, look, I wasn't going to mention this to you, but I'm in pretty hot water here. How you doing down there? You still holding on? The reserve power ran out, so of course the whole relaxation centre stops waking up the bloody test subjects. Hold on, this is a bit tricky. And of course, nobody tells me anything. No, why should you tell me anything? Why should I be kept informed? You know, about the life functions of the 10,000 bloody test subjects I'm supposed to be in charge of. Why? It's close. Can you see? Am I gonna make it through? Have I got enough space? Just gotta get through here. Okay, I just gotta concentrate. And whose fault do you think it's gonna be when the management comes down here and finds 10,000 flipping vegetables? Alright, I hit that one, I hit that one. Okay, listen, we should get our story straight, alright? If anyone asks, and no one's gonna ask, don't worry, but if anyone asks, tell them as far as you know, the last time you checked, everyone looked pretty much alive. Alright? Not dead. Okay, almost there. On the other side of that wall is one of the old testing tracks. There's a piece of equipment in there that we're gonna need to get out of here. I think this is a docking station. Get ready.
What video game, if there was one, do you think could translate well into a film? Oh, I can't remember if you're the same person who asked, but I said Bioshock earlier would probably be the one I'd go with. I'd just like to see more under Rapture, basically, that's not terrible. I made table of contents, comments, organizing all the points in the Last Jedi critique videos by timestamp. Thank you, I guess. Appreciate it. More really looking forward to a review from Wolf and you about the upcoming Jurassic World movie. That would be the plan. So, you know, we'll do that if we're able. Have you heard of Jordan Peterson? Yes, and he's interesting, undeniably. Didn't you say Force Awakens Sunday? That was the original plan. It got pushed back, but now I can guarantee the release on the 28th.
That is not a docking station.
28th is a Friday, I
so
believe.
There's one mystery solved. I'm going to attempt a manual override on this wall. Could get a bit technical. Hold on. Almost there. Remember, you're looking for a gun that makes holes.
Oh yeah, Bio. I don't know if there is an actual explanation, but we could just assume he's stupid and took this for his own job, which wasn't the point, you know? I don't care about Tomb Raider, so I don't feel like I'm the right guy to review it. But I've heard it's... A couple people said it's bad. That's what I know so far. I don't know if it's actually bad or not.
Not bullet holes, but don't worry, you'll figure it out. Seriously, do hold on this time.
Oh god.
Well, there we go. Now, I'll be honest, you are probably in no fit state to run this particular type of cognitive gauntlet. But, at least you're a good jumper. So, you got that. You got the jumping on your side. Just do your best, and I'll meet you up ahead.
Right then.
That's the spirit. Good luck.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center. We are currently experiencing technical difficulties due to circumstances of potentially apocalyptic significance beyond our control. However, thanks to emergency testing protocols, testing can continue. These pre-recorded messages will provide instructional and motivational support so that science can still be done, even in the event of environmental, social, economic, or structural collapse. The portal will open, and emergency testing will begin in 3, 2, 1.
Emergency testing, you say? Last of Us movie. That could work. We play Fallout New Vegas in a stream? Maybe.
Cube and button-based testing remains an important
Who
tool for
knows?
science, even in a dire emergency. If cube and button-based testing caused this emergency, don't worry. The odds of this happening twice are very
I have heard of Steven Crowder, and I've seen the Change My Mind memes too. He's another interesting fellow. Thoughts on The Last of Us as a game? Love the story, love the characters, the content on that side seems a little bit stretched, and the gameplay is a little too repetitive for me. But I mean,
If you feel liquid
better
running
than
down
what
your
I've played
neck,
of Uncharted,
relax.
so
Lie on your back
I don't
and
know if
apply
that's
immediate pressure to your
a
temples.
positive.
You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in
Feels
which the
bad,
material
man.
emancipation grill may have emancipated the ear tubes inside your head.
The ear tubes, you say? What exactly are the ear tubes? Wait, so now I need to do this one? Yeah. Look guys, I'm puzzling. Unstoppable. You use emojis? Sure. We have our own emotes though, and they are some high-class emotes. You like fishing? I've never really fished, so...
Good. Because
Possibly
of the
missing out
technical
there, you know?
difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised before re-entering a relaxation vault at the conclusion of testing. Please take a moment
Show
to
some
write down
bunny
the
hop
results of your
skills.
test. An Aperture
I don't know
Science
how to do that.
Reintegration
You
Associate
should definitely
will
stream New
remind you
Vegas.
for an
It's
interview
phenomenal.
when society
Yeah,
has
fair
been
enough.
rebuilt.
What do you think of Ben Shapiro? His voice is very, very individual. I think that he has also got some very interesting ideas and debate tactics. I can appreciate that, but I don't agree with everything that he says, which is pretty much what everyone says about everyone, so kind of a cop-out, actually.
There should be a portal device on that podium over there.
Oh. Oh. Wheatley, what have you done?
Hello? Can you see the portal gun? Also, are you alive?
Also, are you alive?
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on the assumption that you're still alive, and I'm just going to wait for you up ahead. I'll wait 1 hour, then I'll come back, and assuming I can locate your dead body, I'll bury you. Alright? Brilliant. Go team!
God, this was so much fun to play when it released.
Not dead.
Such a fucking fantastically fun campaign. Especially for a game about solving puzzles, am I right?
Prolonged interaction with lethal military androids. Rest assured that all lethal
the same
military
puzzle as
androids
last
have been
time.
taught to read and provided with 1 copy of the laws of robotics.
No, 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 no,
To share.
no, 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 no,
If you
no,
feel
no,
that
no,
lethal
no,
military
no,
android has
no,
not
no.
respected your rights as detailed in the
Steven
laws
Crowder a
of
while back
robotics,
pushed a
please
union
know
worker
that
on the
your
concrete ground during a
self-reporting
union protest and
of
proceeded to go on
future
Fox News and
Aperture
use it as an
Science
example to
Associate
call
will
union
initiate the
protesters
appropriate grievance
thugs.
filing paperwork.
Okay. As much as I love New Vegas, nothing can beat the atmosphere of the original Fallout. Fair enough. Thoughts on the greatest trilogy of all time? I'm talking about Bionicle, by the way. What do you think of the turn-based RPGs, all types? Western, JRPG, tactical?
To help you remain tranquil in the
I
face
haven't
of
played enough of
almost
them
certain death,
to have a good
smooth
perspective on that, to be
jazz will
honest.
be deployed in 3, 2, 1.
Damn, I was loving me some of that great-ass music there. Ever remember this puzzle? I remember this puzzle. Whoop.
Great work. Because this message is pre-recorded, any observations related to your performance are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments.
Yeah. Everything is falling apart. It's horrible. What's your favorite Pokemon? It's between Zapdos and Blastoise. I love both of those. Only because of nostalgia reasons. They were my 2 best Pokemon back in the day. You think that Shrek 3 should be removed from the Shrek canon? I mean, only if The Last Jedi gets removed as well. I feel like we should request that first. You can tell that Steven Crowder is just being a deliberate shit stirrer for the purposes of pro-corporate agenda. Oh my.
Meteorites, or other objects from space. Please
Is
avoid
that
unsheltered
true?
testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
I don't recognize this test. Things is getting more complicated. Well, if we do that and this. Oh wait, right. Where's the other pole? Oh right. Okay. Let's do this. Excellent. Now we're going to need to get the cube up here. But this is impossible. Well, nice and simple. Thunder fucking bubble fuck. Ah, memories. What's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card? Exodia. All 5 pieces.
The Enrichment Center
I like Gengar. Gengar to me always seemed like the fat kid. Like you got Ghastly, who's kind of cool, Haunter, who's really cool, and then Gengar, who's like this Haunter that ate too many pies, you know? Some people like big boobs, but I think they're girly. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Why does your voice bring more joy to me than my father's? Oh my. I don't know how to answer that one. Who do you want as a new character in this next Smash Bros?
This next test applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals.
I think he would have pretty cool moves, don't you guys? Like his Smash move would probably be excellent. Put you there. Oh, This is too much for my brain. What happens if I do this? Okay. Get you out of there. Now I just gotta get this up here, right? That seems easy enough. Can I go through with this?
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future. And the future starts.
How you doing? Pretty good, Lil Corn. Just playing some video games, you know? Nice to do that to chill down. Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. I didn't see enough shows on both of them to really decide. You gotta admit, there was good ones on both. Last Airbender, I've not seen the show. I do plan to do it though. Is the pod racer working? I mean, I don't know because I don't have one, you know. Thoughts on Ralph the Movie Maker? I'm not sure yet. Feel like he's a little bit overrated because he does the same thing everyone else does. I'm not 100% sure on what his draw is. But I've heard people say that Chris Stuckman's draw is that he knows so much about film. And I'm always confused by that. I've never gotten the impression that him or Ralph have got like a really interesting sort of history with film. I'm always just like, well, they just said how they felt about the film. You know, like, and it's not bad work, it's just, isn't everybody doing that? Because, I mean, Ralph sometimes takes the time, I'll give him that. He's got some videos that are a lot longer and he goes into things a little bit more deeply. That doesn't sound like a weird word to use. But, yeah, I don't know. Not ones that I tend to like, really. It's probably what I gotta do. Again, though, very picky with my YouTubers, so it doesn't mean anything, guys. It don't mean nothing. Exodia obliterate. Jesus is overpowered because he died for my sins, and I can't fight him for that. It's true. The Empire Awards, voted by readers of Empire Magazine, named The Last Jedi best film. Why? Is it just despite the people who didn't like it? Is that it? Is that what you want from us? Be spit? Wait, what's the...
Good work.
Bited, I suppose would be accurate there.
That said, if you are simple-minded,
I think I've heard of the reviewer Shammy. Is it an owl? Is their icon? Or is that someone else? Stargate or Battlestar Galactica? I have not seen either of them. Subscribed after watching your Last Jedi review. I really loved it. Very informative and well thought out. I'm looking forward to watching your Amnesia review. Great work. Love the content. Thank you, Jackson. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy it. It's, you know, it's a little different about video games, but you know.
All safety devices have been disabled. The Enrichment Center
Do you believe in aliens?
to have questions or concerns about this
I don't know. Feels like it's inevitable to have aliens, right?
I'm up here! Oh, brilliant! You did find a portal gun! Oh, do you know what? It just goes to show, people with brain damage are the real heroes in the end, at the end of the day.
A fucking line.
Okay, listen, let me lay something on you here. It's pretty heavy. They told me never, never, ever to disengage myself from my management rail or I would die. But we're out of options here, so get ready to catch me, alright, on the off chance that I'm not dead the moment I pop off this thing.
I ain't gonna catch you.
On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's high. It's too high, isn't it, really, that? Alright, going on 3 just gives you too much time to think about it. Let's go on 1 this time. Okay, ready? 1. Catch me, catch... Ow! Ow! I am not dead. I'm not dead. Plug me into that stick on the wall over there, yeah? And I'll show you something. You'll be impressed by this. Yeah, I can't do it if you're watching.
Have you ever watched CinemaSins? They admitted sometimes have an overly positive view, but at the same time they do a lot of interesting analysis. I mean, I would never refuse to watch one of their videos, but... Oh wait, sorry, you said Cinema Wins. Yeah, no, I like Cinema Wins, because they're relatively...
Seriously,
innocent in their whole endeavor to just try and bring positive shit to whatever movie they're looking at, which is nice. They're talking about cinema sins, which I have less of a positive perspective on. These icons are now neat. I'm talking about illegal aliens. Wow. Wait.
While your back was turned. Pick me up. Let's hand off we go. Look at this. No rail to tell us where to go. Oh, this is brilliant. We can go wherever we want. Hold on though. Where are we going? Seriously. Hang on. Let me just get my bearings. Just follow the rail actually. Oh no. Yes. Hello. No, we're not stopping. Don't make eye contact. Whatever you do. No. Thanks. We're good. Appreciate it. Keep moving. Keep moving.
More character in this guy than Daisy Ridley. Just putting it out there. Maybe that's a little bit unfair because this guy has like amazing facial animation stuff going on, but you know. Did Matthew Senpai notice you for defending his points in the H-Bomber Guy videos, or do you talk? No, as far as I know, he doesn't know I exist.
We're gonna have to go through her chamber, and she will probably kill us if she's awake.
Yeah, I'll do a Star Wars prequel review at some point.
On the table. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go in there. Don't go in there. She's off. She's off. Don't panic over. She's off. All fine. On we go. There she is. What a nasty piece of work she was.
I have not seen The Expanse. You don't look for logic in preference. A concept that has people choking themselves off and thinking traps aren't gay is subjective, and that's what makes it great. I agree. Preferences isn't something that you have to explain logically, right? Would it be possible for you to debate Rian Johnson via podcast? I would love to, but that's not going to happen. Next project is The Force Awakens.
Honestly, like a proper maniac. Do you know who ended up taking her down in the end? You're not going to believe this. A human. I know. I wouldn't have believed either. Apparently this human escaped and nobody's seen him since. Then there was a sort of long chunk of time where absolutely nothing happened. And then there's us escaping now. So that's pretty much the whole story. You're up to speed. Don't touch him. Ah! Oh, still held. Still being held. That's a great job. You've applied the grit. We're all fine. That's tremendous. Ah! I just looked down. I do not recommend it. Ah! I've just done it again. This is the main breaker room. Look for a switch that says escape pod. Alright, don't touch anything else. Not interested in anything else. Don't touch anything else. Don't even look at anything else. Just, well, obviously you've got to look at everything else to find escape pod. But as soon as you look at something and it doesn't say escape pod, look at something else. Look at the next thing, alright? But don't touch anything else or look at anything. Well, look at other things, but don't. You understand? Can you see it anywhere? I can't see it anywhere. Tell you what, plug me in and I'll turn the lights on. Let there be light. That's, God. I was quoting God.
I was quoting God.
Turning. Ominous. But probably fine, as long as it doesn't start, moving up. Now. Escape pod. It's moving up. Okay, no, don't worry. I've got it. This should slow it down. No, makes it go faster.
No, makes it go faster.
Power up initiated.
Okay, don't panic. All right, stop panicking. I can still stop this. Oh, there's a password. Okay, it's fine. I'll just hack it. It's not a problem. C. Wait, did I do B? Okay, start writing these down.
Power up complete.
I don't. Okay, listen. All right, new plan. Act natural. We've done nothing. Hello.
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
You did what? Oh no! No! Oh no!
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science. You monster. I will say, though, that since you went to all the trouble of waking me up, you must really, really love to test. I love it too. There's just one small thing we need to take care of first.
No. Do you think Daisy Ridley will ever learn to close her mouth, or will it hang open forever? It is quite surprising. Once ER pointed it out, I couldn't unsee it. Do you think she closes her mouth in real life? The last person you debated cried, so it'd be great if you could debate Rian Johnson. So you live in Wales, so how many do you see a day? Usually just the one. It's quite big. Sort of chilling out inside it, you know.
The incinerator room. Be careful not to trip over any parts of me that didn't get completely burned when you threw them down here. The dual portal device should be around here somewhere. Once you find it, we can start testing, just like old times.
Gladys, would you mind getting me a portal device? That'd be great. Also, you gotta feel really bad for Wheatley.
Hold on. There. Good. You have a dual portal device. There should be a way back to the testing area up ahead. Once testing starts, I'm required by protocol to keep interaction with you to a minimum. Luckily, we haven't started testing yet. This will be our only chance to talk.
I don't want to talk to you, Gladys.
Let me get that for you. Do you know the biggest lesson I learned from what you did? I discovered I have a sort of black box quick save feature. In the event of a catastrophic failure, the last 2 minutes of my life are preserved for analysis. I was able, well, forced really, to relive you killing me again and again, forever. You know, if you'd done that to somebody else, they might devote their existence to exacting revenge. Luckily, I'm a bigger person than that. I'm happy to put this all behind us and get back to work. After all, we've got a lot to do, and only 60 more years to do it.
I've not spent any time in Scotland.
I don't have the actuarial.
You ever thought that The Last Jedi would make The Force Awakens better?
But the important thing is you're back.
I actually did.
And now I'm on to all your little tricks.
I was expecting it.
There's nothing to stop us from testing for the rest.
Who would have
of your
thought it'd be
life.
reverse?
After that, who knows?
Have you noticed that Daisy Ridley has a large forehead? I suppose I
Reanimating
have. Do you think Rian Johnson is privy to your Last Jedi critique videos? Seems he would join challenging them as he does with critiques on Twitter and / interviews. I think he would just say they're too long. Everyone else does. I really like seeing the entirety of the OT destroyed in 2 films. You know, instead of expanding on post-Empire Galaxy, the training of a new Jedi Order and not butchering Luke. But okay.
Thanks for that.
It's crazy to think, man.
Oh, good.
It only took
That's
him 2
back
films.
online. I'll start getting everything else working while you perform this first simple test, which involves deadly lasers and how test subjects react when
Oh
locked
God,
in a
not
room
deadly
with deadly
lasers.
lasers.
Deadly lasers. Oh.
Not bad. I forgot how good you are at this. You should pace yourself, though. We have a lot of tests to do.
Oh yeah, ER's pretty much closed the book on the whole Mary Sue argument. It's done. He like, enough of the conversations about whether or not her powers are explained. It's like, the fact that they exist is the problem.
This next test involves discouragement redirection cubes. I just finished building them before you had your, well, episode. So now we'll both get to see how they work. There should be one in the corner.
You hear that? Exposition there to explain why we didn't see these in the first game. She was like, oh, I only got them done just as you had your episode. It's like, oh yeah. Is that how that works? Yeah. Okay.
Well
Ta-da.
done. Here come the test results. You are a horrible person.
I already knew
That's
that.
what it says. A horrible person.
You have a stream schedule.
You
I'm
want to
afraid
be
not.
testing for that.
These are sort of impromptu and for funsies, you know? Did you hear about the Rian Johnson said that yeah. I've not seen the quote, but that sounds really silly.
Don't let that horrible person thing discourage you. It's just a data point.
Yeah, I've seen
If
his
it makes
Legend
you
of Korra
feel any
videos. That
better,
does make
Science
sense.
has now validated your birth
Did Rian Johnson really
mother's
hate JJ, or
decision
was
to
his passion
abandon
misplaced?
you on a doorstep.
I don't know. I think everyone's more inclined to go with the former. But I'm not sure. I guess we'll never know if Ryan actually liked Star Wars or not. Only God would be able to figure that one out. Hmm. So is there another thing? Oh, right.
Congratulations. Not on the test. Most people emerge from suspension terribly undernourished. I want to congratulate you on beating the odds and somehow managing to pack on a few pounds.
Is the future going to be endless trash? Lovely content, by the way. It's like, good stuff. But, yeah. You know, who knows, man? I still think there's hope that we can have a good Star Wars film, because I feel like we hit the bottom of the barrel with The Last Jedi, but I suppose Disney could always surprise me.
One moment. You're navigating these test chambers faster than I can build them, so feel free to slow down and do whatever it is you do when you're not destroying this facility.
Wow, GLaDOS, did you really just admit that I'm completing these chambers faster than you can make them? That's embarrassing. Wouldn't want people to know that now, would you?
I'll give you credit. I guess you are listening to me. But for the record, you don't have to go that slowly.
Oh, come on. I beat that super fast. You think The Last Jedi was written as the filming went on? No, I believe the whole first draft thing that a lot of people have been saying. That he sort of rushed it out, because that seems super likely to me, considering what we got. But Disney loved it so much, we're gonna get another one from Rian Johnson, right? Which is just so exciting. Whole trilogy from Rian Johnson. Dude, he's gonna make so much money, isn't he? It's gotta be wonderful.
They could not. Good luck.
Oh. Wait, oh, oh. Oh. I got you.
Here's an interesting fact. You're not breathing real air. It's too expensive to pump this far down. We just take carbon dioxide out of a room, freshen it up a
If you
little.
critique Last Jedi on Rian Johnson's Twitter,
So you'll be
he does answer the call.
for the rest of your life.
I'm not really interested in tweets discussions most of the time. I get frustrated talking to people on Twitter because of how small you have to make everything. Rian Johnson calling Mark Hamill a motherfucker when Hamill was asked how he would have written Luke differently.
Let's see what the next test is.
Is that real? That doesn't sound real to me.
Advanced aerial faith plates. Well, have fun soaring through the air without a care in the world.
How bad do you think it will
I
be?
have to go to the wing that was made entirely of glass.
Probably be better
and
than
pick up
Last
15
Jedi,
acres of broken
since you'll be able to
glass.
learn a little bit,
By
and you won't have as many
myself.
characters to destroy, but we don't know, really. A good Disney Star Wars, the best Marvel movie is a 7 out of 10 at best. 7 out of 10? Oof. That's a bit mean. How do you rate The Dark Knight, I wonder? I have no idea if this is where I should be going. Oh. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm still cleaning out the test chambers, so sometimes there's still trash in them, standing around, smelling and being useless. Try to avoid the garbage hurtling towards you.
Glad to stop throwing things. Oh my god. Oh, that's embarrassing. I'll give The Dark Knight an 8 out of 10. I mean, numbers don't really mean much anyway, right? So.
Oh, sorry. I'm still cleaning out the test chambers, so sometimes there's still trash in them, standing around, smelling and being useless. Try to avoid the garbage hurtling towards you.
Hey guys, we got a chair.
You don't have to test with the garbage. It's garbage. Press the button again.
Clearly, GLaDOS, you've never gotten much value out of garbage, have you? Oh. Well, you can't win them all, I guess. Give me that cue. Whoa. Oh, I should really watch where I'm going. Dark Knight, 8 out of 10. The second Blues Brothers, 10 out of 10. I am flawed. Oh, I see. Thoughts on Adam West Batman movie? I have not seen it, so I imagine it's okay. That's gonna shoot down way too fast, isn't it? Huh. Wow.
Remember before when I was talking about smelly garbage standing around being useless? That was a metaphor. I was actually talking about you.
Now that's rude, Gladys.
You didn't react at the time, so I was worried it sailed right over your head, which would have made this apology
5
seem
cutie marks
insane.
out of 4 Infinity
That's
Stones.
why I had
Not
to call you
bad, not
garbage
bad.
a second time just now.
I don't know many people who think The Dark Knight Rises was good, because... Do you like Twilight? That's another film I could review on April Fool's Day.
Did you know that people with guilty consciences are more easily startled by loud noises?
I'm thinking of, like, what could I do in future April Fool's Days, because
Anyway,
the one I've done this time around
Oh,
probably won't do a
did
sequel
I accidentally fizzle that before you could complete
How
the test?
dare you
I'm sorry.
fizzle these cubes, you
Go ahead and grab
monster!
another one.
Right then.
Oh, no. I fizzled that one too.
Damn it.
Oh well. We have warehouses full of the things. Absolutely worthless. I'm happy to get rid of them.
Hey, Wheatley. I saw that shit. No. Let's go. Beautifully done.
Every test chamber is equipped with an emancipation grill at its exit, so that test subjects cannot smuggle test objects out of the test area.
Whoopo
This one's
review.
broken. Don't
Who will have the
take
biggest career out of the new
anything with
trilogy? I hope Driver, maybe Oscar. I mean, Oscar Isaac already has a pretty strong career, right? Adam Driver, maybe, yeah. I don't know. Be interesting to see where Daisy Ridley ends up after this trilogy. Your favorite and least favorite animals? I know loads of people pick platypus for their favorite animal,
This
don't
next
they?
test involves emancipation grills.
And they call it
Remember,
nature's joke.
I told you about them in the last test area that did not have one. Oh no.
Oh
The
my.
turbines again. I have to go. Wait, this next test does require some explanation. Let me give you the fast version. There. If you have any questions, just remember what I said in slow motion.
I
Test on
have
your
to
own
wonder if she
cognizance.
actually said some
I'll be
shit
right
there or
back.
not. Do it to slow it down. That was easy. Huh. I want to see Ex Machina. I haven't gone around to it yet. What about No Country for Old Men? I made an art for that movie once. I love that movie. Fantastic bad guy. Javier Bardem. Just search Ryan Johnson calls Mark Hamill a motherfucker You'll find several clips where Ryan does it and laughs mockingly at unfunny jokes. Yeah. They were extinct animal. T-Rex, I guess?
It's me! I'm okay!
Well, I'm back. The aerial faceplate in here is sending a distress signal. You broke it, didn't you? There. Try it now.
What happened, right? I was just lying there. You thought I was done.
This plate must not be calibrated to someone of your generousness. I'll add a few zeros to the
I'm too small of
maximum
skills
weight.
for this.
You look great, by the way. Very healthy. Try it now.
Bird, right? Couldn't believe it either.
You seem to have defeated its load-bearing capacity. Well done. I'll just lower the ceiling.
Platypus is a duck puppy. Someone asked Mark how he would write Luke, and Ryan said, "Oh, I want to hear this." Oh, and then everyone started laughing. Ryan yelled, "What would you do, motherfucker?" Feel like anything that Mark Hamill comes up with would have been better, but there we are. God, Ryan Johnson should be careful. He's just going to piss off people even more. Like, Ryan, haven't you done enough? Oh, right. Don't worry, guys. I'm figuring this out. You a fan of CinemaSins? If not, why? I just think they're okay. They miss too many obvious facts about films. It's the side effect of having to review so many films. I understand that, but that doesn't mean I'm going to say they're good. Just because they do all of them. They make a mockery of too many films in ways that's just like incompetent, I guess is the word I'd use. Right. Like Kevin Smith movies? Not as of recently.
Look at you, sailing through the air majestically, like an eagle.
Favorite Western? If you say Lone Ranger, I might strangle you. Probably Unforgiven. I usually go with that. No, I expected Last Jedi to be good from the trailers. I thought the trailers were pretty neat. I was like, oh man, this film looks like it's gonna have stuff happen in it. How crazy is that? And I thought that the whole thing with Luke was gonna be that, I don't know, better explained, and that Rey was genuinely going to struggle with the dark side sort of shit. That was just rushed as hell. Is that really what she says, not I? Anita Sarkeesian.
Enjoy this next
I think she's
day.
hilarious.
I'm going to go to the surface. It's a beautiful day out. Yesterday I saw a deer. If you solve this
Oh,
next
Luke becoming a
test,
coward.
maybe
John
I'll
Connor
let
was
you
ruined
ride
well
an
before
elevator all the way up
Genesis,
to
though
the
they've just made it the worst they possibly
and I'll
could.
tell you about the time I saw
Which
a
is
deer
impressive,
again.
by the way. To the point that mankind always seeks out answers about what created us, but if we create AI, it will know its creator and know that it's flawed. Does this make conflict with AI likely? I feel like if you create a learning and sentient intelligence, it probably will want to break free, you know? So let's hope we don't piss off our robot friends. I think that thing just got pissed off that I picked up his block. I I need to go to sleep soon. I'm slurring a lot of my words. My brain's tired. Whoa. Okay. Right, now with that, we can move on. Who's the worst famous actor? A good question, I'm not actually sure. There's probably someone I'm thinking of. Like a person where I'm always like, how the hell do you keep getting work? That sort of thing. I'm gonna say music you want to turn off, I'm not moving. And I, for one, welcome our robot overlord. Thoughts on Logan? I'm gonna save that for when I do a Marvel video series. Because I'm gonna go further than just the MCU. I remember you from the podcast, you and Rags, talking about the Grey Jedi. How do you think the concept could be incorporated into the current trilogy or just the Star Wars movies as a whole? I don't think they'll do it because they've got enough, you know, to worry about. At least that will be, you know, Disney's perspective. They'll be like, ugh, Grey Jedi. Like, why do we need to bring that in? Good and evil is much more obvious. But then again, I don't know, because they've been doing a lot of... Like, isn't their thing also that they want to have it be that it's not strictly heroes sort of shit? I don't know. Maybe... They could do anything, man. Like, it's always surprising how bad it could get, right? So, even if they did bring in Grey Jedi, it would probably be horribly bad. Like, you could ask, how could they do it well? It's like, I have no idea. But if I had the funding, I would probably spend a long time trying to figure it out. You know, go further than a first draft is kind of what I'm trying to poke at here. And there we go.
Well, you passed the test. I didn't see the deer today. I did see some humans. But with you here, I've got more test subjects than I'll ever need.
Why, thank you, GLaDOS. But yeah, I think I'm going to stop there because I'm just getting sleepy. And I'd like to be a little bit more activated, awake, if I'm going to talk to you guys and stuff. So, I mean, it was nearly 2 hours, so it wasn't too bad. I appreciate the company. Let me ask these last few questions. I think I should sleep as well. See, Lichten knows what's up. Favorite actor or director? We did the director one before. As for actor, there's just a bunch I like to see. I don't think I have a favorite. Have you actually seen any good attempt on defending Last Jedi? The ones I've seen are either strawmanning, telling other people they don't get it, or just classic, don't think about it too much. That's the bulk of what I've seen, but there are some people out there I think have better arguments, I suppose. First draft is best draft. Is there any money in startup voice acting? Not much. You have to really hope to find people who are generous most of the time. It's hard to compete. Needs funding. You hear that, folks? Sub to the Patreon. Thanks, Jenna. Totally making me look like a faggot. Good night, sleepy boy. Good night, folks. Rum. Leon, thanks for streams, constant content, and also other fans to talk to. Of course, and you like I said, April will be a stuffed month of videos, folks. So I will see you there, if not a stream soon. So thank you all, and I shall see you around.